Okay, good afternoon, Miss Adalora, Miss Tarde. Welcome to our class. Week number 6, Ethics and November 10, 2020. Good afternoon to Miss Guanzon and Miss Villadores. Good afternoon. Okay, so hopefully nakita to na yung video nga akong gisend and naka-answer na mo daan sa mga possible questions na mo gawas. Okay, so good afternoon, Miss Lagumbay and Miss Tihada. Good afternoon. So, kinsa pa ning uban na adre? Miss Lianasa, good afternoon. Okay, so let us start. So we also have Marvin and Mary Joy joining our class. Good afternoon, and Miss Platero. By the way, is my audio or voice clear diya sa inyo? Please comment yes if klaro ang akong tingog. Okay, very good, maklaro. Thank you for answering my question. Okay, so klaro ang tingog. So let us start sa ato ang topic karon. So our topic for today is ethics and logic for week number 6, and then I have posted in your group chat the questions that you need to answer for your participation today. So question number 1 is explain what critical thinking is. Number 2, why is logic considered as an art? And number 3, why is logic considered as a science? And lastly, in your own words, again, in your own words, explain why you are a critical thinker. So as explained earlier, any answers posted after the online class will not be graded and recorded. Participation while having our online class will be graded and recorded. FB Messenger and YouTube live chat will be used as your tool for participating, and answers in number 4 must be your own. Do not give answers from Google or from the internet. Okay? So let us start reading your answers. Okay, good afternoon, Miss Cheryl and Mr. Jundi Abing. Okay, so let us start. So kinsa man tong first nag-send ka ganina? BSIT. Okay, so we have here okay, wait for a moment. May uban klase nga nag-send sa ilang answer bisan wala sila appeal. Okay, so we have here message from Joanny Jade. So maki-share lang siya sa internet ni Miss Tarde. Kay hinay daw ang iyahang or wala iyahang load. So pwede ra sa Messenger, Miss Joanny, mag-participate Again, for Miss Joanny Sulon, pwede ra sa messenger, ibutang ang imuhang mga answers sa katong questions na akong gibutang. So, kinsaway na adere. My correct answer. So, we have here to Elianasa, Irish. So, according to her, critical thinking is the intellectually disciplined process of actively and skillfully conceptualizing, applying, analyzing, synthesizing, and or evaluating information gathered from observation, experience, reflection, reasoning, or communication as a guide to belief and action. So number two, logic can be considered as an art because unlike mathematics and the empirical sciences, it's about representing something subjective. And number three, logic considered as a science because it seeks to discover rules of reasoning, since scientists use logic because it shows the relationship between the parts of an idea and the whole. And lastly, number four, I am a critical thinker since humans had natural capabilities to understand and determine ideas, arguments, and finding solutions. Okay, so I will accept your answers on number four. So when you say, I am a critical thinker, you state the reason why you are a critical thinker, okay? So we have here Miss Lianasa, recorded na. And then we have Fabre. So same answers to number one. Then number two, logic is a science and art of reasoning. Well, and then logic as a science seeks to discover rules of reasoning. Logic as an art seeks to apply those rules to rational discourse. Logic has your thinking with reason and argument. Scientists use logic because it shows the relationship between the parts of an idea and the whole idea. The scientific method is rational, logical through process, and is used to figure out facts and truth. And lastly, number four from Miss Fabre, I am a critical thinker for I solve things in a complex manner. In solving things, I always base over a data or factual information. Okay, so thank you, Miss Lisel Fabre. So recorded na ang upat ka answers. Who else here? So we have also Mr. Abing Jundi. Critical thinking, the word critical refers to careful judgment or judicious evaluation. Thinking, on the other hand, is a mental activity to provide thoughts. And for number two, as an art, logic seeks to apply those discovered rules to rational discourse or rational arguments. Number three, as a science, logic seeks to apply those discovered rules to rational discourse. Okay, so I think your answers on number three is not correct. Or sa number two, parehas ra sila. Gialisdan lang ang art ug ang science. So I will only count minus 1 sa 4, sa 4 ka questions. So 3 ra akong i-count. So let me read your answers. So number 4, I am a critical thinker because I think what is good for myself as well as to my loved ones. If I have a problem that no one else could understand, I always think positive and find ways to solve my own problems. I trust myself and the way of my thinking as a person. Okay, so correct ang number 4. So, sa number 2 and number 3, dili na ko i-record ang isa kay dili mao ang usa. So, 3 ra kabuk akong i-record ani para kay Mr. Abing. Okay, so let's move to Miss Tion. Cheryl Tion. Okay, sa mga nag-comment sa atong live chat sa YouTube, ako kung basahon ang inyong mga answers later on. Unahon to na ko katong naka-message sa Messenger. Okay, so from Miss Tion, so number 1 is the analysis of facts to form judgment. And then number 2, because it is about representing something subjective, typically when people say something. And logic takes the form of empirical science as it requires assertions that can be confirmed by innumerable outsiders, and each element is tested for repeatability. Then lastly, I have this ability to judge easily when I see someone who acts something suspicious. Okay, so thank you for your answer, Miss Dion. So recorded na siya. So let's move to Mr. Gonzaga. Okay, so critical thinking means correct thinking in the pursuit of relevant and reliable knowledge about the world. Another way to describe it is reasonable, reflective, responsible, and skillful thinking that is focused on deciding what to believe or do. Then sa number 2, logic considered as an art. It seeks to, wait a moment, it seeks to apply the principles of reasoning to analyze and create arguments, proof, and other chains of reasoning. Logic is the science and art of reasoning well. Logic as a science seeks to discover rules of reasoning. As an art seeks to apply those rules to rational discourse. Okay, scientists use logic. Okay, so same na gyapon sa answers alba. So sa number 4 ta mo forward. Kay sa number 4 gid mo kasagara maglahi-lahi og answer. So for me, I considered myself as a critical thinker because I know how to manage discipline, and also I know how to monitor myself. As a critical thinker, we need to correct our wrong decisions or our bad thoughts of thinking. So that is according to Mr. Gonzaga. So very good. So recorded na kang Mr. Gonzaga. Okay, so daghan na nag-send. Okay, next, let us proceed to Miss Aras. Okay, critical thinking refers to challenges of making individuals have a careful judgment of their own thoughts. In philosophy, critical thinking is logic, which is considered as science and art. Logic, considered as an art, it seeks to apply those discovered rules to rational discourse, and as a science, it seeks to discover the rules of reasoning. And lastly, number 4, every one of us is a critical thinker. I am a critical thinker because I have reasoning and thoughts that I evaluate carefully, which helps me in my daily lives. Okay, so Miss Aras, recorded and graded. Then let's go to Miss Justin Nicole Lagumbay. Okay, so critical thinking refers to the challenge of making individuals a critic of their own thoughts. It is all about a person that asks question to what is right and not so that person can immediately decide is acts to judgment. Critical thinking involves logic, reasoning, and creativity so that he can evaluate his action to what he have decided depends on the information that was gathered. It is also used when having important decisions and difficult problems because it analyzes every process and details to make the certain decision. So critical thinking is thinking deeper to formulate what is right and must. Then so number two, logic as an art because it is we human use and does it every time and have our own ideas, process and are creative to think and to what solution to cope up. It's an art because it is what our mind express and we share what we express to what we have in mind. Okay, so very good. So number three, logic considered as a science because it seeks to discover rules. Okay, so parehas sa uban. So let us proceed. So number four, I am a critical thinker because I analyze things first before making a decision. Look up to it. I look up to if it benefits me or not. I look to its advantages and disadvantages. I decide things where me and everyone are capable with it. Also, in dealing my problems, I think deep to know the cause, and after that, I got a better idea on how to face and solve it. And that's how I say that I am a critical thinker. Okay, so thank you, Miss Justin Nicole Lagumbay, for your answer. Very good. Okay, so next we have Miss Dalura. Okay, so critical thinking refers to challenges of making individuals. Okay, so same sa answer sa uban, sa number 2 and number 3. Okay, correct. So number 4, for me, I think I am a critical thinker. When I am asked questions, an example during debate, I can use my critical thinking to have ideas or solve problems because in debate we must answering that argue from the other side. Okay, and also I can use my critical thinking in math problem, like how to solve or how to find solution from the problem that were given. Okay, so thank you, Miss Delora. Recorded na yung mga answer. Okay, good. Log-in na sa atong YouTube nga live stream. Later on, akong basahon ang inyong mga nakapost dire. So, let us continue to Mr. Kavan. Okay, so same answer sa number 1, number 2, and number 3. So, correct na siya. So, let us proceed sa answer ni Miss Kavan. Sa number 4, kay diha ra lagi tanan maglahi-lahi og answer sa number 4. So, yun na siya ang pinaka-importante sa ako. Pero requirement, ya po nga mag-answer mo sa number 1, 2, and 3. Okay? I am a critical thinker because each individual had a decision in life, like me, because in my life I have my own decision and I have my family decision too. So that we will think hardly if what's right and wrong and think if it is good or bad for me. Critical thinking is all about your decision. Okay, so thank you, Mr. John Real Kavan, for your answer. So recorded na ang answers nimo for kabuok. Okay, so we go to Mr. Guanson. I mean Miss Guanson. Sorry. Okay, so same answers sa number 1, then sa number 2, and number 3. So let us go to her answer sa number 4. It helps me to examine my own thinking and other thinking too. When we are critically thinking, we're balancing our emotions with our reasons. We can be more analytically and more thoughtful about every component of that decision. Being a critical thinker is also about a sense of discovering and excitement, not only about learning, but evaluating arguments to see how we stand up. Okay, so thank you, Miss Guanson, for your answer. So number one, two, three, and number four. So let us go to Miss Ibanez, Rose. So critical thinking is number one, number two, and number three, same. So let us go to her number four answer. I became critical thinker in times that there were too many problems I have to face, and when I am curious about things, there I could say I became a critical thinker because I fully think what was it will about or do that thing really exist. Okay, so thank you, Miss Ibanez. So let us read the answers from our live chat sa YouTube. So kinsa may nag-answer ani. So good afternoon again sa mga nakasulod lang sa bag-o sa atong YouTube channel. So we have here from Miss Platero, critical thinking is the ability to think clearly and rationally about what to do or what to believe. Okay, thank you, Miss Platero, for answering question number one. So recorded na ang isa ka answer nimo. Then from Miss nawala man ang kang infante, gidelete man. And then from Miss Chavit, critical thinking is the analysis of facts from judgment. The subject is complex and several different definitions exist, which generally include the rational, skeptical, and biased analysis. So thank you, Miss Chavit, sa answer nimo sa number one. So we have here again Miss Platero, logic as an art. Okay, and number three, logic as a science, correct. So Miss Platero. Number four na lang, Miss Platero, ang kulang nimo. And then Marvin, okay. I will read your message sa messenger later, Mr. Marvin. And to Miss Tarde, okay? So let us go back to our messenger. So who's next? Next in line, we have Mr. Pakudan. Okay, so the word critical refers to careful judgment. Okay, so same sa number sa uban nimong classmate. Same sa number 2 and number 3. So sa number 4, if we are in the situation that we need to think high to understand and identify certain things and solving problems. Again, this is for Mr. Papudan. Ang number 4 is, ang question niya is, in your own words, explain why you, capitalize po ng letter, kanang you nga word, are a critical thinker. So you must explain ngano critical thinker ka. Maghatag kag reasons nganong critical thinker ka nga tao. So I will not accept your answer here, Mr. Pakudan, sa number 4. Pwede ka makasend otro sa imong answer sa number 4. So state unsa ang reason nganong critical thinker ka. So that is for Mr. Pakudan. I hope you are still listening sa atong live stream. Ang imuhang 1, 2, 3, okay, recorded na. Pero ang number 4, you need to answer it again. Okay, so in your own words again ha, not from the words of Google or words from the internet. Okay, so moving on, we have Kayla Villadores. Okay, for me, as I understand the meaning of critical thinking, it is a discipline for ourselves that we have to analyze or evaluate the gathered information, or we try to generate it by our observation, reflection, as a guide to do something, and then logic. Okay, so unlike mathematics and the empirical science, it's about representing something subjective, and then it investigates the principles governing correct or reliable inference or conclusions. A particular method of reasoning or argumentation, we were unable to follow his logic. So number four, because I know how to analyze, evaluate information before doing my action. Also, I solve my problems. Okay, so thank you, Miss Villadores, for your answers. So questions one, two, and three. Okay, so who's next? Okay, so Mr. Tabilon. Okay, critical refers to say same sa answer sa uban, same sa number 2 and number 3. So let us go sa answer nimo sa number 4. Because I am able to think rationally, like what would be the possible consequences of my actions and overcome hardships of the consequence optimistically, I think I cultivated myself to understand the difficulties of life and mindfully seek answers to solve it. Okay, so Mr. Tabilon, recorded na. And we have here Miss Balyanka Josephine. Okay, so same answers to number 1, number 2, and number 3. And so we proceed to number 4 in your I'm a critical thinker because there's a time that I judge people by looking at them, and also I'm making a scenario in my mind, and because I can think critically. Okay, so Miss Balyanka, thank you for your answer. Who's next? Okay, we have Mr. Marvin Magumaw. Okay, critical number 1, same sa uban, number 2, and number 3, so number 4. Okay, I consider myself a critical thinker. It's because I have a lot of questions that there is no answer. No one answer easily, and I have a lot of bright ideas like making uh, DIY or do it yourself so that it will be used the thing that's not usable. Okay, so thank you, Miss Marvin Makumaw. Okay, very good. Kaya daghan kayo participate karon. Muratag na sa radio ani nga gabasa sa inyong mga text o messages in Messenger. Then as a science according to Mr. Abing Jundi. Okay, yes, I will consider your answer, Mr. Abing. So recorded na, complete na ang imuha, Mr. Abing. So we'll go to Miss Kihada. Number 1, critical thinking is the ability to think clearly, the logical connection between ideas. Okay, then logic is considered an art because it concerns the arrangement of ideas, and also it seeks to. Okay, so same. So number 4, let us proceed to number 4. I am a critical thinker because I manage to think wisely in order to make a decision in life that is good for me, for I act that certain situation I already knew the outcomes of what I am doing. Okay, so Miss Jessamine, Victor Quijada, thank you for your answer. So ato siyang record. Then next we have Rolin Sakal. Miss Rolin Sakal, can you encode your answer sa messenger kay I am having a difficult time reading sa katong gipicturean nimo sa yellow paper. Okay, so please encode again diri sa messenger. Ayaw isend sa picture or ayaw isend as a picture or image kay maglisod ko og basa kay gagmay kay ang letters and then dili kay siya clear. Okay, so encode palihog Miss Roland Barsovia Sakal. Please encode your answer. Again, automatic na sa messenger gamita. Ayaw na tong picture-picture kay maglisod kog basa basta kanang picture ang isend niya, text ang naa dito sa sulod. Hanap. Okay, so that is for Miss Sakal. Please send your answer again. Kanang diretso na og kanang message form. Okay? Then we have here Miss Tarde. Okay, so number 1, number 2, and number 3. So number 4 for me because I know how to make use of. I cannot clearly read the text because it is very blurry. Because I know how to make use of information to solve problems and apply those to my life. Every day we all make decisions which affect ourselves, our families, and our world. Okay, so na-decode na ko. Pero hanap din siya, Mr. De. Pero okay ra na siya kay akong nabasa. Okay, so Mr. De, let me. Okay, so graded and recorded. So we have here Miss Fontillas Melvin. Let me see if makasulod ko sa imong gisend. Okay, so explain. The words critical refers to careful judgment. Okay. So number 4, dito ta sa number 4 kang Mr. Marvin Fontillas. As a student, it's good to become critical thinker because it's one of the important to finish your study and to achieve. Okay, again, this is for Mr. Fontillas Melvin. Explain why you think you are a critical thinker. Okay, so I will not accept your answer. As of the present moment, pwede ra ka makasend again sa imong answer sa number 4. Ang question is, question number 4. In your own words, explain why you are a critical thinker. So give me reasons manong you are a critical thinker. Okay? So I will only record 1, 2, and 3. And I will wait for your answers sa number 4. Okay, again, give me reasons or reason why you are a critical thinker. So your answer does not meet the question. So before we continue sa ato ang messenger, daghan po nag-live chat. So let me read. Kinsa ning naa dire? We have Kessel Jane Infante. Let me check. Okay, critical thinking and number 2. Okay, correct na. Miss Infante. Then for Miss Balyanka. Okay, so manaman si Miss Balyanka. Naka-message na siya. Let's move to Infante. Logic, okay, science. Okay, Infante. Number 3, okay. And then Miss Balyanka. Okay na si Miss Balyanka. Na dito, nabasa na nako sa Messenger. And then sa number 4 ni Miss Infante, because I think first on what could be the possible things that will happen when I do something or perceive what will be the possible outcome of my action. Okay. Then, okay. Later, Miss Rodelen Gomez, mabasa na ko ang imuhang answer. So far, the company na diri. And then, let's go to Miss Delora. Okay. Okay, humana naman si Miss Delora. Ibalik nag-send. Or okay, nag-thank you sir lang siya. Okay, bantogra. Then we have here from Jilaisa Nakaituna. Okay, critical thinking. Okay, correct. Logic. And as a science. Reasons and arguments. Scientists. Okay, so same sa others. So let us proceed to number 4. Why I have a critical thinking, because I'm able to better express my thoughts, ideas, and beliefs, because if we have critical thinking, it enhances our language and our presentation skills. Okay, Miss Agiliza, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, we have Miss Joanny Jade Sulon. Okay, thank you. Okay, naka-appeal ka. Bisan wala imo net. Nakapanghulam ka ni Miss Tarde. Critical thinking. Okay, correct. Number 2. Correct. Number 3. So, that's number 4. We are critical thinker because everything happens in our lives need to understand all the ideas and assumptions need to be determined whether the ideas. Okay, so sa first word pa lang ni animo Miss Joanny Jade Salon, the word we. So I will not accept yung answer kay uh, I am asking about you only, dili we. So kung we tag we plural, pero kung you, ikaw, which is singular. So please send your answer again sa number 4. Answer the question in your own words why you are a critical thinker. So please do not use the word we or kanang plural na form sa sentence because I am only asking about you. Okay, ang you is singular according pa sa English nga rules. Okay? So Miss Sulon, ang 1 and 2 and 3 recorded na, pero ang number 4 I will wait for your answer sa number 4. That is for Miss Solon, Joanny Jade. And then we have here Miss Gomez. Correct number 1. Okay, art is about creative expression, about using some medium to create expressive and novel form, image, and etc., often within the bounds of established forms or types and norms. Logic is about attempting to map consistency of human thought into relatively mathematical forms. They're as close to opposite as they are similar or really just two different kind of things. Okay, logic has you thinking with reason or arguments. Okay, so number 4. For me, so ingan nga mga answer. So for me, singular. So muna siya. For me, I consider myself as critical thinker. Okay, daily critical thinking. Okay, I consider myself as a critical thinker because I know how to handle myself and I know how to manage my decisions. Okay, so Miss Gomez, thank you sa imuhang answer. Next. Uy, dagan pa. Si Louis J. Bunachita. Okay, number 1, number 2, number 3, correct. Number 4, I am. So again, ang question is, uh, in your own words, explain why you are a critical thinker. Wa ko nag-ingon critical thinking. Okay, so daghan kay nag-answer og I am critical thinking. So ako lang gi-accept pero katong wala pa naka-send, the word is not critical thinking but critical thinker. Okay? Thinking is a process while thinker refers to a person. Okay? So, itong i-rephrase ang answer ni Mr. Bonachita. I am a critical thinker because I can make my own problem and I can solve my own problem. Or you have your own problems and you can solve those problems. Okay, such as the fact of my own problem. Okay, so daghan kay word nga problems. Okay, Mr. Bonachita. I will not add more problems sa imo karon kay basing masubraan ra og problems. Lisod na pod, okay? So we have here Mr. Abing. Okay. Considered. Okay. Mr. Pakudan, I am a critical thinker because a lot of problems, obstacles I encounter in my life, I have always overcome it and find ways to solve it because I'm thinking high and deep to seek solution of any problems. Okay, Mr. Pakudan, thank you for your answer. So, complete na si Mr. Pakudan. We have here Miss Chagat. Dito ta sa number 2. Number 3, okay. Logic takes the form of empirical science as it requires succinct assertions that can be confirmed by innumerable outsiders, and each element of conjecture is tested for repeatability. Logic handles a physical or metaphysical assertion using tested academic methods. Tests using logic tools are used to repeat and validate. And then for number 4, I am a critical thinker because I am in the right frame of mind. I am not abnormal, so they do not think God has given us into our own world so that we can think through every action we take or every move we make on a daily basis. Everyone needs to have critical thinking so that everyone's world is not chaotic. Then, because of our parents, they themselves taught how to think correctly and what to do. Okay, so Miss Chavit, complete. Okay, kinsa dato nga tarde? Wala man diri. Basi na diri. Kinsa man to nag-comment nga tarde? Duha di ka tarde ani nga klase? Okay, we have Glenda and Mary Ann. Okay, I cannot recall if it's Glenda or Mary Ann nga nag-answer. Let me check later. So, ang nabutang diri sa akong scorecard or sa record is from Tardy Glenda. Okay? Okay, later atong mabasa ang answer ni Miss Mary Ann Tarde. I am sorry, apelido ako nabasa diretso ganing tanan, wala na ko nakita ang first names Naman day parehas og apelido. I am very sorry. So tara na ma-check later on. Mhm. Okay. So kami started ta siya nga Glenda, then kini ang answer ni Mr. D. Mary Ann. Number 1, okay, correct. Number 2, number 3, correct. Again, this is from Mary Ann Tarde. Kato ganina kang Glenda, okay na to. So, Mary Ann Tarde, ang imong number 4, let me read. For me, because I know how to make use of information to solve problems and apply those to my life. Every day I make decisions which affect myself and my family. Okay, so correct. So okay na imo Miss Mary Ann Tarde. So parehas na mo duha ka tarde naka-answer na. So let's go to okay, so mana na ikang Miss Tarde nga Glenda. Let's go to Mr. Valyar. Okay, again, Mr. Valyar, please encode sa messenger ang imong answer. I am having a difficult time reading katong naa sa image or the picture nimo. It's hard to decipher. So again, Mr. Valyar Rich Ray, encode it directly sa messenger and then pass. Ayaw na sa paper. Ayaw na po picture kay lisod siya basahon. So again, for Mr. Valyar, encode directly sa messenger kay ata din siya basahon. Okay? Katupod ganina akong gignan kay sa tong isa nga naka-pictura ng papel, maglisod ko og basa. Then Mr. Uba, are you part of this class? I think you are registered to BSIT2B. Uba Alfie. This is for BSIT2A. Uba Alfie. You are enrolled sa BSIT2B and our class is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 11 a.m. to 12 noon. So, humanatag hapon sa inyong klase, Mr. Uba. Okay, so kini akong listahan gikan ni sa registrar. So, please attend sa inyong scheduled time, Mr. Uba. Kay karon nga klase para ni sa BSIT 2A. And you are not enrolled sa BSIT 2A. So, I will not consider your answer. Kay humana inyong klase kagahapon. Okay, so I am sorry, Mr. Alfie Babantu Uba. Unless kung nag-change ka sa imuang schedule, which is wala sa ako, ikan sa register, bago man nga files, adto man na human ng adding og dropping, so mo ang final nga record. So you are enrolled sa BSIT 2B. Okay, so let's go to Mr. De La Serna. Critical thinking, okay. Number 2, okay. Number 3, okay. So let's go to your answer. So number 4, I consider myself as a critical thinker because whenever a problem arises, I am able to know how to approach my problems, extract good ideas and resolution based on my past problems. In this way, I am able to avoid past mistakes again. Okay, so thank you, Mr. De La Serna. Recorded. And Lara Erica Bongosha. Okay, number one. Critical thinking is the objective analysis and evaluation of an issue in order to form a judgment. Number two. Okay, number three, correct. Number four, I am a critical thinker because before I perform such actions, I would did analysis, balance my decisions, and evaluate what will be its outcomes. Okay, so I would do. Ayan, libutang. Okay, so thank you, Miss Bongosha, for answering. Recorded na ang 4 answers. Okay, you are very welcome, Mr. De La Serna. Then sa ato ang group chat, na ay nag-answer dire. So, kinsa man ni sila? Okay, Glinda May, okay na ni. Mr. De, Glinda May, okay na. Tabilon, okay na po. And then Mary Ann, finish na po. And then Lara Erica, okay, finish na po. Glenda May, finish. Okay, we have here Raganas, Zimaira, critical thinking, okay. Number two, number three, correct. So number four, I am a critical thinker because I would think and rationally about what to do and making own decisions. Okay, so thank you, Miss Raganas. Then we have here Elistine, Miss Kumkum Elistine. So number one is a form of judgment. Others just because we know how to do, create our own critical thinking before we do anything else. Okay, number two, number three, and lastly, number four, let me read. I am a critical thinker just because I can think. It's easy to do what I want. Also, doing things or job need to be think before we do or need to be thought before we do. Okay, so thank you, Miss Kumkum. Who else? So, wala na yung nag-on. Wala na yung lain answer. Okay, from Miss Sakal, Rulin. Thank you for encoding your answer again. Kinsa pa tong isa, si Mr. Valiar, please encode sa messenger ang imuhang answer. So, critical thinking is the analysis of facts to form judgments. The subject is complex, and several different definitions exist, which generally include the rational skeptic and bias, evolution of evaluation or factual evidence. Okay, number two, correct. Number three, correct. And then number four, from Miss Rudin Sakal. I am a critical thinker because I can help people better understand themselves, their motivation to find the most important part in our life. We can help us deal with everyday problems as they come our way. Okay. So Joanny, sa iyang answer sa number 4. For me, I am critical thinker because I know that myself can solve problem without asking help from other people. I can also understand and value all the actions that I'm going to do. I can also make my own decision in every situation in life. Okay, so correct na, Miss Johnny Jade. Thank you for answering question number 4. So who else? So wala na nag-message. So I will read those who have participated sa ato ang online class. Again, we are here until 2:30 because our class is Tuesday and Thursdays, 1 hour and 30 minutes. So from BSIT to A, who have participated, we have here Mr. Abing, Miss Aras, Balyanka, Bonachita, Bungosha, Tavan, Chavet, Kumkum, Dalora, De La Serna, Fabre, Frontillas Melvin, number 4, kulangan pa imo number 4, kaya wala ako gi-accept ang imo answer sa number 4. Okay, so you must answer number 4 in your own words and from your personal answer. Dili gikan sa Google o dili gikan sa internet. Then we have here Miss Gomez, Gonzaga, Guanzon, Infante, Lagumbay, Gianasa, Makumaw, Nakaituna, Pakudan, Platero. Okay, so ako sang basahon imong answer sa number 4, Miss Platero, kay muna imong kolang. I am a critical thinker because I believe that I have the capability to think and rationalize things in this world, and the critical thinking that I have will help me to have better understanding in any area, especially in my motivations and goals in life. When you can deduce information to find the most important parts and apply those to your life, you can change your situation and promote personal growth and overall happiness. I am part of this world, that's why I should be a person having a critical thinking. Okay, so is this from your own words, Miss Platero? Okay, so moving on. We have Quijada, Raganas, Sakal, Sulon, Tabilon, Tarde, Glenda, Tarde, Marian, Tion, Cheryl, Villadores, Kyla, and Ibanez. Okay, so wala na ilain mag-answer. Okay, so good afternoon sa mga wala na ko na greet kaganina. So I think wala na yung mag-answer. So out of 41 students who are enrolled, ani, ang naka-participate lang is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, 32 have participated of students who are enrolled. So, tanan, pero 32 ra ang naka-participate. Okay, so thank you for your participation sa aning klase karon. So, if wala na yung mag-answer, let's go to your assignment. Okay? So, let me post your assignment both here and sa group chat. In 75 to okay, so assignment for week number 6. Deadline will be next week. In 75 to 100 words, explain the relation of ethics and logic. So that will be your assignment for week number 6. Deadline uh, next week. So I am posting also the assignment sa inyong group chat. So there, posted. Again, you can send your email sa inyong assignment sa ako ang email ad marlgaputan@hotmail.com or sa ako ang FB Messenger. Okay? My FB Messenger is ako ang full name. Okay, so if wala na mo questions or inquiries, clarifications, pwede na nato i-end. Dili na magpaabot sa 2:30 na time. Kaya humana man natong topic, ethics and logic. Okay, so you can log out if you have no more questions or inquiries or clarification regarding sa ato ang topic karon, which is ethics and logic. Okay? So, if you want to log out, please comment, Sir, I am logging out. Para makabalo ko kung nag-log out na mo. Again, we have 22 or 23 participants today na naka-log in, pero 32 ang naka-answer sa ato ang questions or sa participation kay apil man ang messenger. So, thank you for joining our online class today, and God bless sa inyo tanan. Keep safe sa COVID-19 o sa unsa pa na diha nga mga sakit. Keep safe mo tanan. God bless. I will see you again next week. Okay, so thank you. Okay, Ading, Pakudan, Lianasa, Marvin, Delura, Guanson, Bongosha, Gomez, Chavet, Pakudan, Kavan, Gonzaga, Tion, Bonachita, Aras. Thank you again for logging in and joining our class. I will see you next meeting. Also to Jessa Quijada, thank you for logging in and joining our class. And thank you, Miss Infante and Miss Villadores, for joining our class. Again, if mahuman na atong live stream, answers so questions 1 to 4 will not be graded or recorded. Okay, so mao lang to ang akong ihatag nga pananidit. Okay, thank you, Miss Mary Ann Tarde. If si Mr. Valyar Rich Ray naapad diha, ako hulatan ang imuang i-encode nga answer until 2:30. I hope nga naapa ka naminaw sa ato ang live stream kay dili nako mabasa ang imuhang gisan ganina nga picture. Blurry siya. Dili kay siya maklaro. So I hope makuha ni nimo nga message. Pwede ra ko nimo i-message sa Messenger later until 2:30. Okay, thank you, Miss Platero, for joining our online class. Live stream will end in a few minutes. Okay, thank you to Miss Simaira Arganas for joining our class. I will see you next meeting or next week for week number 7.